Good morning children, welcome to today's class. So yesterday we have started the chapter number 4 and we have studied about the omnivorous, herbivorous, carnivorous and about your pet animals and what they eat, what they drink and how do they find their food. Now coming to the next point, from finding food to eating it. Plants and animals are the main sources of food in our surroundings. Yes, we depend on plants and animals for our food. If you want to eat any vegetable, it comes from plants. If you want to eat egg, if you want to eat any flesh, it comes from the animals. And milk comes from the animals. So curd from animals. So like this, for milk, for curd, we are depending on the animals. For the chicken, mutton, this type of recipes, we are depending on the animals. Now coming to the curries, vegetable curries or rice, wheat, these all comes from the plants. Like us, animals also depend on these sources of food. In the same way, animals also depend for food on these sources. Every animal has its own style of getting food. How do we get food? We can purchase it. Animals can't purchase. So, how do they get their food? They track down, collect, grab or hunt and then use various tools finally take food into the mouth. Some animals hunt other animals for their food and some animals collect their food. Some animals grab their food. So, in this way, every animal is having its own style of taking food into its mouth. It may be hunting, it may be collecting or it may be anything. Now tracking down food. Most animals feed regularly but first they must locate food. To do this they use a wide range of senses like smell, sight, hearing, taste and touch. So if they want to eat food, first of all they should locate the food, they should find their food. To find the food, some animals use their sight and some animals use their sense of smell, sense of eyes and some animals use their hearing. By hearing they can find the food and some animals by touching they can find the food and some animals by tasting they can touch the food. In this way, every animal is having its own sense of organ in finding their food. Some animals rarely more or one sense than the other and it can therefore be highly developed in them. So, each animal is having its own way of finding the food and some use the sense of smell, some use the sense of sight and some use the sense of touch, taste and hear. Let us consider some example to understand this better. What do you think the dog does to find its food? Which sense of the dog do you think is more developed? So in dog, which sense is developed more? What it will do to find the food? By sniffing. So sense of smell is developed in dog to find its food. What about the vultures that fly high above in the sky yet find their food on the ground? Which sense do they mainly use in finding their food? So vultures, they fly high in the sky and they find their food in the ground. So which sense of smell they are using? Which sense they are using? They are using the sense of sight. So they are using their eyes to find the food. That is called a sense of sight. How do bats find their food at night? Bats, they find their food only at the night times. How? By hearing. By hearing. Thus we have seen that animals use some senses more strongly than others to find their food. For example, dog use the sense of smell while vultures use vision. Vision is nothing but sight. Eyesight is called as vision. Bats depend more on hearing while some reptiles on taste. Reptiles, lizard, crocodile. So they may use the taste and vultures use the vision and dog use the sense of smell. So in this way they are using their sense organs in finding their food. To the next point. If you ever go near a pond, observe the pond skaters there. pond skaters. What are pond skaters? The insects that feed on other insects are called as pond skaters. So they quickly move from one place to another in the pond to catch an insect that falls in the water. And they detect ripples produced in water by any other insect trapped on the water surface. They compare the ripples on the opposite side of the pond caused by the legs of the insect struggling to move out, calculate the distance and set out to grab it. So ripples, if something is fallen in the water, it may be a stone or it may be insect. So you can see the structure like this in the water, and sometimes bubbles may come out. So the ripples, these are called as ripples. So by seeing these ripples, the pond skater, it will find its food. So when suppose an insect is trying to escape from the water, so when it is trying to escape, it moves its leg. So because of the leg, the movement, these type of structure will appear in the water. By seeing this, the pond skater will find its food, and soon it will run there and it will calculate the distance. Then it will grab the insect. So in this way they will track the food. Now collecting food. Finding food is one thing, but collecting or capturing it is quite another. Many animals have specialized body parts such as mouth parts, hands or feet that help them to collect their food most effectively. So finding food is one thing. If it is find, it is not enough. It has to collect it to eat. So collecting and capturing is another one. So many animals are having this specialized body parts. Some may use their mouth to catch the food, and some may use their limbs to catch the food. Some may use their tongue to catch the food. So in this way, insects or animals are having different body parts to collect the food. Animals are having different sense organs to find the food, and animals are having different body parts to collect the food. This is the difference. You have to observe it and you have to keep it in mind. Collecting is different and finding its food is different. In this picture you can see the cow is eating the grass with the help of its mouth. Butterfly is sucking the nectar from the flower. Frog is grabbing the insect by using its tongue. So here lion is eating the other animal with the help of its jaw. So in this way they are having their own specialized body parts in finding the food and collecting the food. So here activity number 2, table number 3, they have given animal's name and body parts used in taking the food. Hen. Hen uses its beaks and claws to find the food, to taking the food. Cow. Cow uses its mouth and nose to take the food. Dog. Dog uses its mouth. By using mouth it will eat the food. By using the tongue it licks the milk. So mouth and tongue. Next, frog. Tongue, teeth, legs. So I have told you 4, and rest of the things you have to write down. And this is a homework for you. You have to write rest of the table. Animal name they have given, which body part it is using in taking its food. Very simple. Then tomorrow I will tell you the questions that I have given below this box. So yesterday also I have given table number 1 as homework. So I told I will tell you the answers for the questions that are given below. Which of the animals listed by you eat nearly the same type of food? So which animals are eating same type of food? So all the birds may eat same type of food, and lion, cheetah and other wild animals will eat same type of food. Cow, goat will eat the same type of food. Now what are the types of food that your pet animals eat? If it is a dog, it will eat the rice as well as the bones and milk. Next, if it is a cat, it will also eat the rice and the milk. Now write about any 2 animals in your list describing the food types eaten by them and how they get their food. So from the given table you have to find out the two animals and you have to write about the types of food eaten by them and how they get their food. Example, dog. Dog eats bones, bread, rice. And how do they find the food? By vision and sniffing. By sniffing. So like this, dog is the animal name. It eats the bones and bread and it finds by sniffing. Two animals they have asked. And one more is lion. It eats the flesh of other animals. And how do they find the food? By vision. So this is the answer for this one. Next, compare the types of food habits of two animals selected by you. We have selected the dog and the lion and compare the food habits. Dog eats the bone and bread, whereas the lion eats the flesh of other animals. It is a wild animal and this is a pet animal. This is a difference we have observed. Some animals depend only on... So regarding this table, we have classified into omnivorous, herbivorous and carnivorous. That is given here. Some animals depend only on plants for food. And next, second point, third point, some animals depend only on the animals and some animals depend on both plants and animals. So according to this, we have classified omnivorous, herbivorous and carnivorous animals. From the table number 1, we have solved the question answers and the box. So here we have learned table number 2 yesterday and finding the food, tracking down the food and collecting the food. So your homework is table number 3. So if you fill up the table number 3, we can answer these following questions. Write down in a notebook, not in the textbook. Take a notebook, put the date, session number, class, your name, then write the animal's name, which body part they are using in taking the food, not finding the food, taking the food. Example already I have told you for, rest of the thing you have to do it. Thank you.